All right, everyone. It's Jessica Motter. I am on the Empowering Freedom podcast, and I am interviewing today a friend of mine. I met Ricardo, and I met at the ACA networking group. And so we were here today. We were talking, and Ricardo had a brilliant idea. So here we are. We're executing. We're doing the Nike "Just Do It" thing. We're not waiting till everything's perfect. Like we're in a room with other people. So sound's going to be a little different, but we want to make sure that we come to you today, and we hope that we bless someone today with this message. So Ricardo, would you just share more about your background, like who you are, where you're from, all of that?
For sure. Yeah. Thank you for having me. And, I'm originally from Venezuela. That's where I was born and raised. Live in Kansas City right now. And, it's my pleasure being here with Jessica. We met a couple months ago, and we both do network marketing. And, my success here is because of somebody giving me the opportunity of know about this industry. And then years later, enjoy some freedom. Thanks for it.
Yeah, and we were talking to, so you're from Venezuela. You came to America. How long have you been in America?
So I've been in the US for 13 years. Last 7 years I've been in Kansas City. And I was actually just back in Venezuela. Just came back yesterday. We did a nice event there. More than 80 people, 3 times, and
Awesome.
growing.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome. We know what it's like to invite people to events and have nobody show up. But then to have 80 people at an event multiple times. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Awesome. So tell us more about your story. Like, what did you, like growing up? What was it like? Like, tell me like about your parents and all of that.
Good. About my parents, it's been amazing because when I grew up, different than a lot of parents, my parents always encouraged me to do what I wanted to do, what I felt like doing. And they always told me, hey, you can be and do anything you want. You can achieve anything you put your mind to. And you just need to work hard, work smart, and accomplish your goals and dreams. So I was very blessed and fortunate about that. I know a lot of people have their family members doubting them when they start their own business and their own opportunities. And they've been very, very supportive.
Yeah. I would say I'm in the other camp where I remember when I started network marketing, and certain people would have said, these are very close family members. And I think they know the story because I've told them about it now. Like back then, I just like went in my room and I cried because I thought they were just like they were just being negative, right? But I realized they were trying to protect me. They thought they were protecting me from something. And I was like, from what? Like, there's not a bear chasing me. And little did they know that, here I am today and having success. And I meet people like you, Ricardo, that are having success. We have other people that we know that are massively successful. And the freedom that it's given me, like, it's like you can't put a dollar sign on that, right? It's like that commercial that shows you like all the things that, how much they cost, but then it's like priceless, right? So it's priceless for what we have with time freedom. And so tell me more about, I'm going to go into more about your story, not about me today. So tell me more about your story. So what things have you done in your life, like work-wise, profession-wise? But then also I want to hear, because you play sports too. So I want to hear that too.
Yeah, well, I studied in Venezuela industrial engineering. I didn't finish. I moved to the U.S. to study English, and I was playing wheelchair basketball. And that allowed me to get a scholarship to play in the University of Texas, where we won the national championship. And that's where my competitive nature started growing. And it was amazing. It was a full scholarship there. I graduated, found a job offer, and then moved to Kansas City for that job. Then I lost that job in 2020 because of the pandemic. That's when I started going into network marketing and also having that freedom of not needing to be in an office. Like right now, it's Friday in the middle of the day. We're here hanging out and chatting, right, which is amazing. And also allowed me to volunteer my time to coach juniors for wheelchair basketball and to kind of give back to the community that gave me everything, as in introducing me to a new sport and allowed me to get all these opportunities as in education and eventually everything leading to network marketing, team building around the world. So my story is it's pretty cool because it started with having nothing and then going into a professional environment.
I'm sorry, I got sidetracked there. So like I said, we're in a meeting room where other people are here.
Yeah.
And we obviously like didn't book a conference room. We are like in the middle of it's like a coffee shop, right? A club. And so we're like in the middle of everything. But we had a distraction. So I can chase squirrels sometimes. So I'm like, I don't know if I'm ADD or ADHD, but I can sometimes chase squirrels. So tell me, obviously like you're very competitive. I'm competitive too.
Awesome.
Like it's awesome. I love basketball. You're probably better at basketball than I am. And so tell me, like, what are some of the things that you use with sports and the dynamics of sports to help your business?
Yeah, that's a really good question because being an athlete, being competitive, one of the things that I use is do not give up, right? Don't quit until you win. Also, the part of when you do conditioning in sport and when you lift weights and when you put your body to stress and physical stress and also mental stress because of the competition, what I use is I use all those things and kind of traits that you start acquiring to just apply to business. And every time you're suffering, every time you're hurting, just make sure that you remember your sports and my competition and my competitive nature to know that all roughness and all these hard times are just part of something great that is building up and growing. So sports helped me so much to understand the process of getting better that I can apply from the physical point to the mental point that any business requires.
Yeah. And we talked about competition versus collaboration, and because we're both very competitive people, I like how we're collaborating, right? Instead of like our traditional like mindset would be like we're in competition to each other, right? Because we're in different companies, we're in the same industry but different companies. And so like we could be like, oh, like small thinking would say you don't do anything together. So we talked about collaborating, and I was like, I love that idea. I think we should. And so here we are today with you. So tell me, like, you are building your team, and your team, obviously you're growing your team, and tell me, what are some of the things that help you in growing a team? Because obviously you have to have different personality styles on your team. Some people are going to be competitive, some are not competitive.
Yeah.
And tell me how, like, there's obviously a lot of emotions on teams too, right? You have some people that are very emotional. You have people who handle their emotions well, and some who do not.
Yeah.
So how do you handle some of those ups and those downs? Like, what helps you?
Well, I think one of the key things, and you said it, is it's a competition and it's a collaboration. They go together because when you have a team, say in my case, basketball, right? You have a bunch of competitive individuals who are collaborating to win games and championships. So when you start understanding personalities and how people strive and what helps people, what doesn't help them, then it's a matter of just getting surrounded by them a little bit to get to know your team, get to know the individuals, and then eventually get to a place where you can help them work together and help them grow their own business. And that's one of the things that the experience helps out with.
Yeah, absolutely. And Ricardo, I just want to say thank you so much today. Is there anything else you want to share with the viewers, those that are listening or watching this video right now?
Absolutely.
Podcast.
Like the reason why we're here talking about what we do and expanding and elaborating about this beautiful profession and this beautiful industry is because we took opportunities at some point in our lives and said yes and then gave it all. So don't be afraid of taking opportunities. Don't be afraid of giving it all to something new or something that other people are being successful at, because you don't know if that next person is going to have success. It's you, right? And you're one decision away to changing your life forever and your family's life and those who are around you as well. So,
Yeah, that's perfect. I love that. And I've read the book Think and Grow Rich, the first chapter the other day, and it talks about 3 feet from gold. And literally, like, I mean, there are times when you literally are one connection, you are one person, you are one action away from a different life, one decision away from a different life, right? I think about network marketing. If I had not joined network marketing, I wouldn't be in a different position.
yeah.
I really would. And I love how this industry provides time freedom and financial freedom, but also, oh gosh, it's real. It's real. We're still here. It provides, just this immense amount of personal growth. Like the person I've become along the way is a totally different person. I don't know about you, but
Yeah.
I mean, over time, you become a totally different person. Like, it's really cool to see. And there's so many amazing relationships that you get to build and friendships, and they're like family, right? And so it's just so incredible, and it helps you live, I think, a healthier, happier life. And look at things differently, right?
Yeah.
Especially, Ricardo, like he's in a wheelchair, right? He could look at that opportunity as, a complete life. I mean, like it ended his life. No, it didn't end his life. Like he's using it as a way to, stretch himself, grow himself, but then also help others that are in the same position, right?
Yep, for sure.
Like, I love that. You don't want that like stand in your way. You're like, it's not an obstacle for you. You decide how you're going to make it happen, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. And that happens with all situations in life. You can face any type of obstacle, but as long as you have your mindset properly right, then you're gonna be able to move forward and to face any challenge or any opportunity with the best intention, the best way, and be successful at it. So it's never give up, always strive, and achieve great things.
Well, thank you so much, Ricardo, for being on today for this podcast and video. We appreciate you. I'm excited for what's to come with our collaboration. That we're
For
doing
sure.
here.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you bet.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys for listening and watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye.